Okay. I thought everybody was gonna be in the YouTube chat, but whatever. I don't care. Uh, I'm gonna aim. It's really freaking hot, so I'm just gonna aim for like a 30-minute, or a 1 hour stream with a 30-minute break, because I'm also very tired, and a lot of people, uh, uh, like my dad's girlfriend just had like a freaking music thing. She just came home, and now I have to deal with all that commotion. So yeah, I'm sure that's fine. So this is I'm working on a model that is so okay, long time ago on this very YouTube channel, I had done a bunch of funny Minecraft Let's Play kind of videos, and some of them had little sketches. Like at the beginning of the video, there was like a machinima style sketch. So I would like record myself being a jackass, wearing another skin using the morph mod, and uh, recording it using the director's block mod and all that stuff. That was fun. So one of the sketches was um, a knockoff of Billy Mays. If you don't know Billy Mays, he's the OxyClean guy. Maybe you might a better example would be a knockoff of what's his name? The guy that does Flex Tape. Phil Swift. You know, these eccentric uh I really need your money kind of people. So this is my character called Jimmy Sellens. Has nothing to do with Jim. Just saying. Uh, but you know, he's a salesman, and he really wants your money. Feel free to look those old sketches up. They're just at the beginning of pretty much almost every video. Some of them are like a knockoff of Oprah Winfrey. Um, some of them are like just weird. I, I I like to do weird stuff. Um, but yeah, so I'm gonna start explaining things how I'm working here. So Tomartsu, I have a asset library of various body parts. Uh, just a bunch of body parts, no genitals. Even though many of my models have genitals, those are built from scratch, except for the nipple. But all the rest of that is just YouTube's gonna demonetize me, even though I'm not getting many money anyway, because I showed a disembodied nipple. Okay. So each of these assets in my asset library are they got little sliders to make it easier to build up a quick person. So that's how I've been doing it so quickly, pretty much. Apply location, slap a mirror modifier on there, and then I got 2 arms. You know? Oh, and then to actually get it to apply these, I make a new mix from shape, and then I just delete everything. And then it's like exactly what I need it to be. If this is going too fast, let me know. Yes, Jimmy does say gimme. Stop saying gimme. Chipotle away guy. Yeah. Yeah, sure. Of course, this in the context of the sketches from the old Minecraft videos, they were of course always about some sort of Minecraft item. So it would be like the Paxels mod. He would be trying to sell you on a Paxel. If you remember that mod, that's a fun mod. Um, or some sort of ridiculous cleaning product made of Minecraft potions. Or stuff like that. I've been wanting to bring this character back and make some like animations, so that's why I'm making this model, so that I can do that, because he's funny. He's a funny guy. Wow Sham guy. It's Sham Wow. Yes, Phoenix, you would be. Um, Shin length. Hide this. Shin upper thigh. As you can see, this is very dynamic. I can just do any length I want for any body part, any size. Don't even question the levels of insanity I can do with the female body type. Seriously, don't. I don't want to be banned. Uh okay. Oh, wait, I gotta do this, so new shape for mix, then delete everything. And then we almost have a Tomar. If you don't know who Tomar is, you should definitely look it up, because it's funny. He's like a Game Grump or something, I don't know. Wasn't Chris once in the Game Grumps? Am I misremembering that? I know what's his name was. JonTron was a Game Grump at one point. And then they murdered him. in cold blood. I don't know why they did that. That wasn't nice. Okay, now for the hardest part, which is the hands, because they have, when I made these hands, and by made I mean I stole them from another model, but I didn't really steal them, I completely redid them using the model as a guidance. But these are already pre-rigged hands, because of course hands are the frickin' hardest to rig. And so I have to place the hands perfectly. And then I have to bring... These wrists are always too wide. I gotta fix that. And then the other hand, which is clearly marked as right. It wasn't even a man, I think. It was a furry's hands. But you know, you get desperate when you can't find models. In a Blender, it's preferred to use the cloth physics, actually, for literally anything, because people are weird. Alright, I'm just gonna... Because the soft body physics, although they're great, they are quite nice. They take up so much processing time that at some point it's just not even worth using. When cloth physics is literally just the same thing, but with extra bells and whistles and such. I don't know what you mean by glass. That would be its own thing, really. I've never played Beam? Wait, what's it called? Beam NG? I've heard of it, but I've never played it, and I should. I've been wanting to model this car as well, but I am terrible at modeling vehicles. And also, I'm gonna beam your NG. I'm terrible at modeling vehicles, and also at the same time, forgot what I was gonna say. I lost my train of thought. Oh, right, I wanted to get this add-on called... I don't remember what it's called, but I found it on Reddit, and it literally lets you automatically build a suspension rig for a car, which is really cool. No, I've never played Burnout. Is that like City Driving Simulator? Can I learn to drive with it? Okay, I should probably save an iteration before I go too far. So, now that I've got all the body parts mapped out, I know he's got a high up crotch. Deal with it, America. Actually, no, I'm not going to deal with it. Hold on. So first of all, before I even... This is 911 Manning. What? 911, what's your emergency? There's a guy in my house. He's completely naked, but he doesn't have a phallus. I'm sorry, sir, we can't help you with that. I know they don't. I'll fix them. Hold on. First, I want to attach all the parts to the body. You shouldn't be complaining, Jim. When I made your model, yours were all the way up there. In fact, I can prove it, too. I can actually prove it. Because I have an old copy of your... Oh, God! I didn't remember that there was a phallus there. They do? Are you sure about that? I don't know. Stable Diffusion says otherwise. Then again, this is at a weird angle. Shut up. No one saw that. No one saw it. That's your peeing anyway, so quit your complaining. Okay, so I'm just gonna do this just to be safe. I do. And guess what's on the other screen? OBS. You wouldn't never guessed it. It's OBS. OBS is on the other screen. You know what else is on the other screen? The chat. You could learn a thing or two, Jim, when you stream. Just saying. Just sellins. Jimmy sellins. Alright. Now to attach the limbs to the body. I'm going to save the head for last, because that's always going to be a pain. Now, I'm going to do the legs first. So, essentially, it's just 15 minutes of me clicking 2 dots, and then the M key, and then it becomes 1 dot. And that's the entire stream. Isn't that cool? You get to watch me click dots on a butt, and make those dots into 1 dot. Look, I'm depressed. You have no excuse. You guys are talking about cars. I don't know anything about cars. I have a Toyota Camry that I can't even drive. Wanna know why? Because I'm too poor to take the driving test. And not the driving test like the driving test behind the wheel. No, just the stupid written test. Because they make you pay to take the test at your own home. Actually, they make you pay no matter what because they're jackasses. I hate the DMV. That's right. I'm going to say this publicly on YouTube. I don't like the DMV. And they can call me a... That's still... Wait, that's still cool and educational. What? Clicking dots and on a butt? Yeah, that's very educational. Take a practice test. I mean, I could. I might. I will use Llama 2 to generate me a practice test to take it and then be like, okay, I took a practice test, only for it to be the practice test in another state because Llama 2 didn't study. I don't know what I'm talking about. I really like AI, though. Where do I even find practice test? You know, last time I looked for a practice test for specifically California, they didn't have it. It's like they wanted you to fail because they didn't provide you any resources other than a booklet and having to seek out a driving instructor at a driving school, which I went to a driving school. I went to one. They didn't have me go behind the wheel or anything. It was just all written stuff. And you know what? I still remember most of it. But the worst part is that driving school is gone. Last I went there to see how the instructor was doing. He's gone. I don't know where he went. The school's gone. So that's I mean, that's concerning, right? What kind of poor funding do you have to make a driving school disappear? Yeah. You're in Florida. You don't have an excuse. I don't want to get political, but still, I hate this state so much. They make it sound so cool to live in California. It's not. It used to be, but it's not. All the artists are there, but it's not nice. Because all the artists are dead now. Or they've been absorbed into the giant corporations like Disney. And now all that's left is the CalArts people. Who make shows such as... And I'm not saying that they're bad, but... Who make shows such as Steven Universe. I like Steven Universe. I like the first season mostly. But then they started with the second season, and then everyone was so off model that they couldn't even keep up with the animation. And that's why I was like, nah, nah, I'm done. I'm done. If you can't keep up with the animation model, then go to 3D art. Because this is ridiculous. But it's not their fault. It's not the artist's fault. It's the fact that they outsource it to someone else in another country, like Taiwan. I mean, who knew you could outsource animation? I'm 20 and I still don't have a license. But yet people are making animations in Taiwan. You know, I would love to see Steven Universe as a 3D show. That would I wouldn't mind that. But no, they got to make them all not only the same art style in which is just the Gumball style, but they stole it. But they also have to be the same type of animation. They can't just be innovative anymore because it's safe. The corporate environment says it's safe. Corporate needs you to find the difference between these two animation styles. They're the same style. I don't want to know about anything related to Rebecca Sugar. I know what she's about, he's about, they're about. And frankly, I'm quite scared. But then again, it could just be a bunch of lies and crap. From this perspective, the hand with its dense mesh kind of looks like a nipple. What's going on? I am making a model of a knockoff Billy Mays, or maybe even a knockoff Phil Swift, from whom is a character from my old Minecraft Let's Play videos, where I would have like a sketch at the beginning of every video. I explain this, but yeah, that's pretty much what's going on. I'm bringing back an old character that I would like to make animations for. The earlier comment that I had concerned. I don't know what a crankshaft cap is, but it sounds erotic. I want you to imagine Zap Brannigan saying that. I don't know what a crankshaft is, but it sounds erotic. Doesn't it, Kif? Yes, sir. It's the biggest pain in this game. By the way, I'm gonna shout out Prime here. He does gaming streams on his Twitch. Feel free to post a link there. If you don't, I will. But I don't want to open Firefox because I can't remember what my last tab open was, and it was probably. Oh wait, no, this is the last tab. The fucking chat is the last tab. What am I thinking? Let me go ahead, and I'm just gonna post Prime stream here because he's pretty fun to watch. I don't know anything of what he's doing, but he's like touching cars, and that's cool. Cars are cool, I think. That's cool. Where the how do I view all channels? Twitch, why do you have to do this to me? Twitch, what is wrong with you? There we go. Follow him, I demand it. I know you do, but, you know, I have an unhealthy obsession with 3D animation, so it's all good. We all have our problems. I liked it better when you were playing Overwatch, though, because that was a fun thing to watch and wonder, is that like TF2? And then realize it's not. You haven't played Lego Island yet. I want to see you play Lego Island. Why am I stalling on putting the head on the body? Because I need to apply the mirror modifier. And I'm always afraid to apply the mirror modifier because as soon as I make a weird change, then it just doesn't mirror anymore. Even though I have the butterfly on. Well, get it. Pirate it. I don't know. Stop being mean to Overwatch, Jim. Just because it's true doesn't mean you have to point it out. Sorry, I had to make that joke. Look, you can't blame the guy because he only has it. It's the only team-based shooter on the PlayStation. Isn't it? Which sucks because you can't play TF2 on a PlayStation. Is it PlayStation 4 or 5? Am I about to make a pyrocynical joke here? Jim is about to port TF2 to the PlayStation 4 and or 5. Everybody watch him do it. He's going to use ChatGPT. We're all going to bask in his glory as he utilizes ChatGPT to port a 20-year-old game. Sorry, 10-year-old game. Yes, and Pyrocynical says there are no games on the PS5. I'm not going to say he's wrong, but I'm also not going to say he's right. Because I don't care about the PS5. I saw my cousin, he was playing on the PS5. He was playing the same Spider-Man game that was on the PS4 and the PC. And probably the Xbox. I don't know. I don't have an Xbox. I don't care. You don't understand why. I'm sure there is a very, very engineering explanation for that. But I don't know. Maybe it has to do with heating. Just like how they make a CPU and a GPU separate. If you actually set up a coding AI, I'll use it to cheat my way through programming. You didn't hear this from me, but I know this guy who is taking a Python programming class, and he's going to be using Llama 2 to breeze his way through. And, you know, frankly, that's probably not a bad idea. Because the engine... I think it's because of the engine layout being a boxer motor. Boxer motor. You know, I too like Boxer, as in the MS-DOS emulator for macOS. No one knows what I'm talking about. I know how to put a techie spin on anything, don't I? Why is his beard so high resolution? I think I screwed something up here. Oh yeah, I definitely screwed something up. Okay, hold on. I've got to rip his head back off because you guys were distracting me. But it's okay because I wanted you to distract me. That's what makes it a weekend coding challenge. Okay, I have to go all the way back before I added his beard to his face. Come on, beard. There we go. Let's just remove the subdivision surfaces so that you all can just make fun of my topology right now. Go on. Go on. Make fun of my topology. Is this my main rig or my Steam Deck? This is my main rig. I don't have a proper setup for working like this on the Steam Deck. There's just no way. I can't do that. I do have a decent portable setup for my Steam Deck, so I can like model on the go, but there's no way I'm streaming on the go with it because the screen is too small. I really want to get one of those reproduction screens that is supposed to make the screen bigger. But I'm only going to do it if it also improves the touch performance, because come on, Valve. I bought the Steam Deck for the least remarkable reason, and it was to draw on a Linux machine. And they couldn't even do that for me. And you know what? In hindsight, that was a dumb idea because the Steam Deck's not even a drawing tablet. But, you know, that was my main reason to draw on a Steam Deck using Blender. I could have bought an iPad. Or a cheap used iPad. But no, I chose a Steam Deck because I could game on it and because I could run Blender on it. And I'm very stupid. But I love my Steam Deck, so I don't give a shit. Imagine if Wacom and Valve made a device. The Valvecom. The way deck. The way deck. Yes. Jordan playing Doctor in Blender. I mean, I just ripped a guy's head off and then put it back on. And his name was Jimmy Stones. And he's naked. Okay, I'm gonna put an armature on this guy so that I can get these hands on. So, I'm trying to think of if I should just steal one from an existing model. Oh, so Jim, you really wanted to learn how to copy a model from another. Okay, I'm sorry, my alarm went off, so I have to make sure. I was gonna take a break at the 30-minute mark, but nah, fuck that. Okay, where was I? So you want to take a model from one blend file and put it in another blend file, right? All right, so there's the hard way by using this setup, and then there's the easy way using the append function. So if you go to File, Append, I'm sorry that you can't read the text. I had to duck my frickin' resolution as low as I could just to get the proper bit rate. So I apologize for that. But I'm going to announce right now. You go to File, Append, and then you search for the file that you want to append the model from. So in this case, it's under... Pen doesn't work for me. It doesn't do anything. See, if I had a VTuber model right now, I would be staring off into space wondering why you're dumb. Or why I'm dumb. Or why we're both dumb. And, I don't know why Append wouldn't work. Are you still running Okay, are you still running Blender in Proton? Are you still doing that? Because I don't know. Hold on. I can actually check that. I really hope I left Steam open. No, I didn't. Okay, hold on. I gotta wait for Steam to update. Who wants to see that? Who wants me to... Alright. There we go. I hope I make someone motion sick by doing that. You can run Blender with Proton? Yeah, you can run Blender with Proton. So see, Jim was having trouble with Blender because for some reason on his specific hardware configuration with his specific version of EndeavourOS, for some reason Blender was having a memory leak. I don't know what he did. I don't know what add-ons he installed. I don't even think he had any add-ons installed, but something wasn't working right for him. And he had a RAM leak, and at one point it got fixed. So that's good. I told you it works. But yeah, you can run in. Hold on, let me show you. I can actually... If frickin' it's stupid update. I don't know why it needs to update right as I'm streaming. Oh no. Oh, I feel the performance getting tanked. What the fuck? Am I gonna bounce back? Am I bouncing back? My performance just tanked. Am I okay? Is everything all right? Okay, my performance just came back. Steam just completely eviscerated my freaking connection. I'm sorry, but you just saw it. You saw it open. What's the benefits of using Proton? Is the No. There's only one benefit for that, and that's the ability to export models from the what's that add-on called? The Source.io? It's not Source.io. It's the other one, the alternative to Source.io. You feel free to put as many hot takes as you want, but I won't understand a lick of them. Okay, so where was I? Append. I was going to my models folder. I was going to look for Jim's armature. I'm just going to yoink it. You can see his pee-pee there. But I'm going to yoink his armature. Should I do the armature? I'm just going to do that. Okay, that didn't bring in any extraneous crap, did it? No, it didn't. Okay, good. So I'm just going to go ahead. Please ignore the fact that it has a penis armature. No, not crowbar. The other thing. It's a Blender add-on, and it's called Source Engine Tools or something really fucking generic like that. No. No, you can import materials using the Source.io add-on. They just added it, even though one person in the Source.io sub or not subreddit Discord server was so fucking angry about it that he wrote his own importer just so that it would only work on Windows. Yes, you see the pee-pee bone. Stop looking at the pee-pee bone. I don't know what a Miata is, but I do know that David's thing is like a Miata. His username on Discord. I don't know what a Miata is. I don't care enough to know what a Miata is. I think it's a car. I wonder if I'm really pissing off someone right now just by not knowing what a Miata is. I hope so. That would be funny. You totally know what a Miata is. Don't lie. Don't lie. You know what a Miata is. You know what I know you know what I know what it is? I know what DeLorean is, and that's my dream car. Cover that in cables and shit. That's my dream car right there. Doesn't even have to be a clean DeLorean. It can be the most filthiest, vilest DeLorean, coke-filled DeLorean that you could give me, and I would be happy because it doesn't matter how bad it looks. I'm gonna make it good. Is it? I don't know what. Okay, it's a tiny car. Oh, it's Cliff Jumper. Okay. See, I don't know cars, but I know robots that transform into cars. Someone's gonna correct me because it's not Cliff Jumper. I know you do. You told me about that. I thought that was really cool, and I want one. Isn't that the one that came with Lego Dimensions? Why haven't you played Lego Dimensions, hmm? Why are you holding out on the Dimensions, hmm? DeLorean is a canon plot in the new NFS game. I don't know what NFS is, but I probably do and just am ignorant. I'm not gonna need that tune toggle. Let's see. I'm gonna try my best to get this as quick as possible, but I'm probably not gonna get it that quickly. Is this distracting you? Are you distracted by this? Okay, well, you should play it on stream. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, I don't know anything about this. What's Need for Speed? Is that a sequel to Fast and the Furious? Or like the spin-off series? I swear it is. I could be wrong, but I swear to God it is. Alright, I'm gonna do a thing. Because I just remembered that Jim's armature is not updated for the new hand model. But that's okay. It's alright. Everything's gonna be fine. And I'll tell you why. I have a script. I made it myself, and I totally didn't use an AI to help me with that. I knew this guy who did, which is funny. Anyway, oh, it's a game. Oh, then I definitely play it if I can pirate it, because I'm not buying no games. I'm poor. Okay, where did I put it? I put it in Blender scripts. Hand. Oops, what did I just do? Is that the right one? Yes. All right. So this is a script that I wrote with the help of ChatGPT. I regret using ChatGPT because now I have Llama, but whatever. So I'm gonna go ahead and run my script, and I hope that it works. I am an idiot. I'm an idiot because I need to, before I even do that, I need to subdivide the knuckles here. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to subdivide. And you'll see that it makes a proximal and a proximal 1. Do that again for the other knuckles. There we go. So when I made the version 3 of the hands, they were so I got permission from a model creator, or not even a creator of a model. It's just a guy who owned a model, and they shared it to me, and they were like, "Yeah, sure, you can reference it to learn from it." It's like, okay, sweet. So I referenced it, I learned from it, and then I recreated the hand, not part for part, mind you, because they were like, there's no way I'm doing it exactly the same way that they did, but I was pretty close, specifically with the shape. And you can't copyright a fucking hand. So, you know, just saying. But they got pissed at me because I learned this trick with rigging a hand, where I use a metacarpal. So you see that there's 1, 2, 3 segments in each finger, but then I have a fourth segment, which is a metacarpal. They got so pissed that I did that, even though that most of the professionals do that anyway. And they threatened to sue me. And then but they first, had to get permission from the actual model creator, in which the model creator was like, "Fuck that." Yeah, they got mad at me for that. Why does it have cake? What, this? That's normal. What, you never see a butt before, you baby? David, it's got cake. Do that. What are you afraid of, a man's butt? You afraid that YouTube's gonna demonetize me for this beef? Could be worse. Could be Carrie's model. I don't even think I would be allowed to show Carrie's model off anywhere ever. But I did. Call me gay. I dare you. You've made someone with a bigger dumpy than Nicki Minaj. If you're referring to this model, then that's not even the closest to the biggest that I've made. Just saying. It's not that big. Bro, you ever see a guy from the top down? You ever see anyone from the top down? Look, if I'm gonna make a model, there better be a butt on it. Just saying. Oh god. I'm unstoppably stupid, aren't I? Germa's is bigger. Don't tempt me. I will make a Germa model if you demand it of me. Not right now, but another time, perhaps. God, don't be. I find it offensive you can't stream Carrie's model. You know, I find it offensive as well. Okay? She may be large, but she's amazing. I was kidding about being dared. Shut up, Jim. Besides, imagine... Besides, I could just copy the Scouts model from TF2 and just make Germa. Prove me wrong. Shut up, David. I'll make it. I'll post it on Bella's Discord. And then have all of her friends get pissed at me because I made fun of the owner of the server. You know, I did get... Okay, so I'm on a... How to the other YouTubers make NSFW. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I just triggered my my voice assistant by saying I don't know. Its trigger word is Mycroft. It just said you might have to say that in a different way. Thanks. Thanks, stupid. I actually fawned that world looking for Viva Pinata contest. I actually found that world looking for a Viva Pinata contest. Content. I'm sorry. I read that as contest. Um, I did not know that was a thing. Uh, seriously, I've been in the water, dead in the water, just making lewd stuff from hand, which frankly, I'd say it's not too bad. I mean, 8-Bit hasn't seen them, but I'd pray he doesn't ever. But one day they'll stumble upon my Fur Affinity account. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. About something. So what, that's the only hot take you got? Come on, give me some more hot takes. Prime, I demand more hot takes. If you don't give me a hot take about the Reliant Robin, I will be sad. Mark Sharp doesn't change shading from smooth. I did not know that. I'll keep that in mind. I actually didn't know that. That's probably would solve a problem I was having with a different model. Thank you for making me aware of that. You get 5 streamer points. With those 5 streamer points, you can buy yourself a new Steam background. You get the help the streamer achievement. Aren't you happy that you got the help the streamer achievement? You can't deny it. Here's something that you may not know. Whenever you rig a model, you have to make sure that it has an armature modifier. I know it's stupid, because in what context would you need an armature modifier for anything else? Here's also another problem I've been having. That is incorrectly named. I think it's a lowercase t. That should immediately fix the problem. Yep. Called it. Alright. Same thing on the other one. So, this is a lowercase t. Now, before you say that I'm being a total wiener for stealing another model's armature, I made this armature, so shut up. Did I seriously just put a lowercase t without removing the uppercase one? This is a probably 3rd generation of this armature based off of Carly's armature. Lamborghini also makes overrated cars. They share a lot of parts and way lower quality cars with way lower quality cars. I agree with that because I have never in my life seen someone seriously drive a Lamborghini. I haven't. Elephant trunk armature. Stop talking about the penis. Fine, I'll delete it. It's not like I'm ever going to have NSFW Jimmy Sellens. There, happy? How did I get into making models? You know, that's a story. That's a real story. And you know what? I'm going to tell right now. I started off in high school. So I took a economics class in high school. And I started off with my first ever Blender animation was, if I can find the Blender folder, there it is, props, and discrete desk. I started off, we're going to go all the way to the beginning to the first discrete desk model. So when I started off, I was doing just a model for, oh wait, you know what? This is all wrong. This is all wrong. I gotta time travel back to 2.7. There we go. There we go. Now, this is invocative of when I first started. So I first started off making models for my high school projects. And this is the first one. This was an economics project. So I was supposed to make a commercial for a fictitious product. And I came up with a discrete desk. Used to do more. Well, anyway, rendered. Anyway, this was my complete idea, was a desk with the computer built into it, and so that's what I pitched to my my class in a sort of fake advertisement with a 3D render. It was all animated. It was like revolving around it like a fucking Apple product. It was so good. And we had a PowerPoint presentation and all that. That was great. This was my first ever time I touched Blender because I had heard about it. I had seen tutorials for it, and I loved it. But there's more to this story. So I wasn't the only one that was. So this was like a two-person project. This was a partner project. And so I was partnered with this really lazy guy who didn't seem to give a crap about the project at all. So he kind of was like, "Well, you don't have to use Blender. You just use Paint 3D." And he was also a major Microsoft suck up. So he liked every one of Microsoft's products, which is why I had to put Windows on there. Of course, this was before I ever even touched Linux, so but I still had to deal with that. So he was like, "Okay, well, I'll make my own 3D model in Paint 3D, and you can make your model in whatever you want to do. You do the video, I'll do the presentation." So I did the video. I made the renders of the 3D model. I learned all of that in I think a week, a very short time crunch. And he went ahead and did his Paint 3D thing for no reason. And he made the presentation. I wish I still had that PowerPoint presentation. He made a very, very crappy model. And he presented it, and I had to explain, oh, it's a prototype for the V2 because of how god awful it looked. It looked like two Legos stuck together. In fact, I think I have an example of that. Uh, no, I don't have an example of that, or maybe I do. Hold on, because I made a revamped version of the discrete desk when when I was bored on my free time. So this is the revamped version. This is not the revamped version. This is the very one of the revamped version. Where is it? This is it. This is the revamped version. I had a lot more experience at this time, of course. And so, I had a new mouse. I had a nicely bumped piece of crap. But I also had the fan grills and all that. Did I have a because I had an example of how bad it looked. It just looked like a bunch of rectangles, to be honest. So, um, when we got to the peer review, I had to. I felt bad, but I had to. To just say outright he did a bad job because his presentation was garbage. I got to be honest. It was not a great presentation. Um, and I had to carry that fucking project because not only did I learn Blender, not only did I learn Blender, I learned how to make a model in Blender. So in other words, I not only did I learn Blender, but I also did the donut tutorial. I wish I still had my donut file. Um, and then after that, I also had to come back and um, record the entire video of the what's it called? Um, the entire engineering project video, the commercial, and I had to get a guy to be the celebrity um, endorser. So the thing about the one of the requirements for the project is that you had a celebrity endorser. So my dad just happens to know a guy who looks exactly like Bono from U2. So I asked him, "Hey, would you please do this for me?" And he did it. And although he didn't actually fully impersonate Bono. He didn't do the accent, the Irish accent. He did a pretty funny, spot on job, and everybody's jaw was dropped when they saw that. They were like, "Oh God, wait, that weird kid knows Bono." So that was great. And then in the end, um, even though that we had the most polish out of all the other presentations, because we were the only one that actually did a video advertisement that actually looked like an advertisement. The rest were just shit that people did in their dining room, and then their celebrity endorser was someone in a funny disguise with a jacket, a hoodie made into hair. It was embarrassing. And then, of course, so they did the video, and then at the end they had a full hour of blooper reel because I don't know, because they're that bad at making videos, and they were like that for everything. So not only was there, not only did they do that for that economics project, but I also had a similar project in Smash class. So I learned how to use DaVinci Resolve for the first time in that class. No, it wasn't DaVinci Resolve. It was Final Cut, like a really old version of Final Cut that still just barely ran on my Mac because it was that old. And I learned how to do chroma keying in that. I learned how to do visual effects and a bunch of stuff, voice effects, and that turned out really well. But just because I didn't have a blooper reel, the teacher found it to be the inferior one. And all those videos are still available on my personal YouTube channel. If you wanted to just watch those. Just look up Discrete Desk on my YouTube channel, or Alatriste on my YouTube channel, and you'll see the Spanish video and the other thing. Anyway, just one quick thing I wanted to mention. This was a desktop that I had for a while. This is actually Linux, if you didn't notice from the slash here. This is just Linux. But it looks like Windows Vista, doesn't it? I'm proud of that. That's pretty incredible that you went all out when you could have just taken the easy way out. You know what's funny? Even though the Spanish teacher didn't really give much of a shit. Shut up, phone. Didn't really give much of a shit about my Spanish video. The other teacher, the economics teacher, he saved the video and he has been using it as a example ever since, and I'm really happy about that because that brought me joy. I'm still pissed off that the Spanish teacher didn't like my video, but you know what? The engineering teacher did, or not the engineering, the economics teacher did. And it makes me wish that I took engineering instead of civil engineering, because he taught that class as well. And I would have kicked ass in that class. But no, I had to take stupid civil engineering. Oh, I hated civil engineering so fucking much. Oh, okay, I've been going on for like half an hour. I'm going to do one really quick thing, and then we're going to end the stream, because that would be an hour stream. All right, so I'm going to teach you something. I'm going to teach you something about rigging. So as you just saw, I just duplicated the male model, the male torso model. So I'm going to hide this. I'm going to hide these. I'm going to remove... No, I'm going to apply my subdivision surface on this copy of the male torso. I'm going to now pull out a remesh modifier. I'm going to delete the remesh modifier because I forgot to make this model manifold. So to make it manifold, I just got to fill up all the holes. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if they're n-gons. Doesn't matter. Really does not matter. Gotta make sure that the head or the mouth is filled too. Doesn't matter if it's n-gons. And I'm going to do a remesh. And you'll see now that we have Slenderman. And now that we have Slenderman, I'm going to go... How dense can we go? Can we do 05? 05 looks good. So I'm going to do 05. I'm going to apply this. I'm going to pull out the armature again. Thinking, what's he doing? What the fuck is he doing? What's he doing making a duplicate of the model? That's weird. I'm going to select all of these parts that aren't going to be rigged to the model. This is my workflow. This is how I do it. I'm going to get rid of all the IK bones, all of the root bones, even though there's only one root bone, all of the bones that will affect the model in a weird way. I'm going to move them 20 units away. Then I'm going to go into pose mode. I'm going to disable the inverse kinematics on all of the IK bones, just to make sure. And then I'm going to take this. I'm going to take this. I'm going to go into pose mode. Control P. Automatic weights. Takes a little longer, but it's worth it in the end, because now it's really like nice and smooth. Like you're getting smooth bends in this. You're getting smooth bends. But of course you're thinking, oh, but that cannot be the final model that you're going to be using, right? Because you made a duplicate of the original. And this looks like dog water. And that's where you're right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull out the original model. I'm going to run a mesh data transfer, but actually wait, before I do that, let me make sure that there's enough geometry in the elbows, because I've been having this trouble where the geometry isn't dense enough near the elbows and the knees. So I'm going to add a little bit more meat there. A little bit more meat. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Okay. He's going to pull out the rock. Yeah, I'm going to pull out the rock. Sure, we'll call this the rock maneuver. Anyway, so I've selected the remesh model. We'll call this the body proxy. Can I spell? Body proxy. So this is the model that's rigged. Then I'm gonna take and select the body proxy, and then the original model. I'm gonna run a mesh data transfer, vertex groups. Open this up. We want vertex groups, nearest face interpolation on all layers. I'm going to hide this. I'm going to take this and I'm going to add an armature modifier. See, if you rigged this normally, the armature modifier would have popped in automatically like it did on the proxy. But now we have absolutely perfect, absolutely perfectly rigged elbow bends. A little bit weird on the butt, but the knees are perfect. And the legs, the feet are perfect. Everything's perfect. And you'll notice that I excluded the hands because I've already rigged the hands ahead of time. Hey JJ, can you teach me how to get an emulator on my laptop? Will Nintendo kill me? Will they kill me today if I do that? Do I have time for that? I mean, it's already been an hour. It's already been an hour. You know what? I'm going to end off the stream by committing a great crime. So, we'll save it here, but let it be known that you just learned JJ's body proxy method of rigging. Because if I did it without doing the body proxy, the arms would not bend as well, in my opinion. The legs would not bend as well, in my opinion. But, you know, you learned something. Alright, so we'll save it there. We'll come back. We'll maybe tomorrow. Yeah, I'll stream tomorrow, same time. And I will slap these hands on these arms. But before we go, I'm going to commit the most atrocious crime of all internet history. So hold on, let me make sure that all my windows are going to follow me into my secret cavern of death, aka my gaming thing. I guess that... Okay, I'm on X11 right now, so I guess I guess animated wallpapers do work now? Okay. I uninstalled the add-on. What? What? Don't tell me you're joking. Do not tell me you were joking. You already did it twice with the cock models. I don't... What? What cock models? Maybe tomorrow the Porsche will be done. And Jimmy Sellens is going to sell you that Porsche. What server? What are you looking for? Or DMs. Okay, fine. DMs. DM me now. DM me now. DM me now. I am expecting a message from a Honda Miata. The Mercedes Miata. Wait, what is it? Is it Mercedes? I don't care. Teach me in the server, lol. No, I'm gonna do it on stream. I'm gonna do it right here. You're gonna learn right here. You want an emulator? I'll get you an emulator. Everybody go to retroarch.com. Everybody go to retroarch.com right now. I demand that... No, no. Get off of DMs. No. Yes, you are a Honda. Get on DMs. Go to retroarch.com and you click download. And you click Windows 95. And then you just download it and you get it. You could also get on Steam. And you can also get on itch.io. Get anywhere. Then you install it. I already have it installed. And it's going to look like this garbage. Then you go ahead, you go to Online Updater. And then you update all your cores. You do everything. You update your cores. You do update assets. I'm going to do that now. I'm going to take my Wi-Fi. And there you go. You got it. Then you download the cores. Go to Core Downloader. And then you look for the console that you want. You want Atari? You play Atari. You want Cannonball? I don't even know what that is. You want fucking Cave Story? I don't know what that is. You do that. There you go. You just learned something. You're welcome.